This is a Lollipop baby monitor, and if I had to sum this camera up with one word, I'd call it surprising. Let's get into it. Hey guys, Andrew here with dad.verb, where we vlog, chat fatherhood, and share our thoughts on family-related products. Today, I've got the Lollipop camera, which is another Wi-Fi based baby monitor, but it's unlike other competitors like Nest or Arlo because this was built specifically with baby nurseries in mind, and it's packing some interesting features. I've been very intrigued by this camera for quite some time, so I actually reached out to Lollipop and asked them to send one my way, which they obliged. So thank you to Lollipop for sending this over for me to review. Let's go ahead and get into it. So off the bat, the packaging, design, and branding standards are quite high, which I can always appreciate. Coming out the box, we're looking at cable rails, a USB cord and power adapter, screws, and a wall mounting twig looking thing, wall mounting plate, the camera itself, and then a clip for the tail. Lollipop probably has one of the most unique designs in the market, and in my opinion, it's pretty attractive. The body is made of a toxic-free silicone, and they've got a couple different colorways going on here. Turquoise, which is what you see right now, their cotton candy, which is kind of a pink tone, and then pistachio, which is their green tone. So you're gonna have three different ways of mounting this thing. The first is gonna be on the crib, where you can take the tail, bend it, and then wrap it around the railing. Smaller railings will be able to accommodate the added clip that Lollipop provides, but for fatter railings like ours, you can just wrap the tail and it holds just fine. It also does come with some cable rails to stick on the back of the crib that hide the power cable, which is a nice touch. The second option is to mount it on the wall with the included screws and accessories. Now, in the likely chance that the baby will yank the camera off the crib, this is a good option to go with. Now, the only downside to mounting it is that this power cable will be hanging down, and you can hide it behind drywall. You can use the cable rails to kind of keep it taut and straight like that. You treat it however you want. I'm just a little OCD with cables, and it's just something to keep in mind when you do mount it. Finally, the third way to set up your camera is by curling the tail and setting it on any flat surface like a dresser or a nightstand. Now, the setup of the app took a moment, but it was fairly straightforward. You just want to make sure that Bluetooth on your phone is on and that you are setting it up on a 2.4 gigahertz network. So this camera surprisingly does have a lot of bells and whistles because it was built with parents and babies in mind. And with their latest firmware update, they actually have added a couple more new features, which we will get into, but let's first start with video quality. It's rocking a Sony IMX225 sensor, which is a very small sensor, so it is pushing out 720p video at 30 frames per second, and I'd say there's maybe about a 1 to 2 second delay. Now, I am a quality freak, and when I first learned that this is outputting below 1080 at 720, I was a little disappointed, but after using it for a while, I realized that I don't really need this thing to be cinematic or sexy or anything like that. 720p video quality on my phone or tablet really was getting the job done. I was pretty happy with it, so I would give it a passing grade. And to add to that, I do have to say that the night vision does hold up quite a bit as well. Now, the downside to the camera is that there is no pan, tilt, or zoom functionality, but it does make up for it with a wide 105-degree viewing angle. Now, let's move on to some of the features that you can access through the app. When you first open it, you're greeted with an image of the camera view, and when you go into that, you'll actually start watching a live view of the nursery. On the top right, you've got the option to toggle the sound on or off, and on the bottom right is your microphone where you can speak to the baby or toddler by simply holding down the icon. On the left, you'll notice the decibels that the camera is picking up, and that's actually what's going to trigger a majority of the alerts that you set up down the line. Now, holding it vertically while you're in live view opens up 3 icons at the top. The camera icon lets you save a picture of the day in your image library. The music icon opens a menu of sounds that are built into the monitor. You can choose from a select list of classical songs or 6 ambient sound options. The sounds are limited and the quality is decent, but for coming off of an onboard speaker, I'd say it gets the job done. So back to that final icon on the vertical menu. Lollipop recently introduced the play and background audio mode. Now, the cool thing about this mode is that once activated, it takes your phone and basically turns it into a sound monitor even when it's asleep, just like this. We all know that video Wi-Fi monitors are notorious for killing your battery when you are video streaming, but this option enables you to keep the audio while the video is off. That way you don't have to watch the baby, but you can still listen for the baby and save your battery. It's a great alternative, and it helps with overnight monitoring. I think Lollipop is the only Wi-Fi baby monitor on the market that offers this functionality right now, so that's a pretty cool feature. When you twirl open the menu, you've got your live view, your saved pictures, and your data history, which tracks all of your events based off of decibel level. But I gotta say that the coolest menu are the event videos. Lollipop can detect when the baby is rustling around or even crying. When the decibel levels hit a certain threshold from those activities, it sends an alert to your phone and begins recording 30-second clips for you to look back at. You can also set motion detection zones that trigger alerts when a baby scoots past a certain parameter, and Lollipop does offer a sensor that tracks humidity, air quality, and temperature to integrate with the app and the camera. I haven't been able to test that sensor. I wasn't able to get my hands on it, so I can't really speak to that very well, but that is an option for you to have added features on your phone. So overall, I'd say that this is a solid camera. It's mobile friendly. You can access the video feed from anywhere. You don't have to be in the house. It's got a lot of great features that I was frankly surprised with. I really wasn't expecting too much out of this camera, and it kind of blew me away. Will I be using this as our daily driver in our nursery, our main primary camera? I can't say that I will. I really do like our Amcrest setup paired with our VTech monitor. If you haven't seen that video, I'll link that down below. However, I will say that for our family, we found this camera to be the almost perfect monitor when traveling. Now, not in hotels, but we frequent our in-laws' house, my parents' house, sometimes vacation rentals, and beforehand, we wouldn't really have a solution to monitor Henry after we put him down up until now. Now, if you look at the camera, its size paired with the fact that it does video streaming, sound monitoring, motion and crying detection, and even has a sound machine on board, it lends itself perfectly to travel with. So that's all I've got for you guys. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and smash that like button that's down there. For more vlogs and reviews just like this one, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you for watching this video, and come back for the next one. God bless, guys.